This was one of Wilhelm II's greatest diplomatic blunders. So it all started in November 1907, just after Wilhelm's state visit to Britain. Wilhelm went to stay with a friend and admirer of his, Colonel Edward Stuart Wortley. By the fireside, Wilhelm poured out his wish for friendlier Anglo-German relations. Believing that British opinion would thaw if it heard the Kaiser's true voice, Stuart Wortley decided the following year in September 1908 to turn these conversations into a piece for London's Daily Telegraph, using the notes that he'd kept from his meeting with the Kaiser. Wilhelm agreed, and an interview-style article was drafted and was actually sent to Berlin for approval. What followed was a bit of a comedy of errors. The Chancellor, Bernhard von Bülow, reviewed it. The Foreign Office made minor tweaks. Advisors penciled in some softening suggestions, but the original tone largely stayed the same. On the 16th of October 1908, Wilhelm signed off on it and sent it back to Britain to be published. When the Daily Telegraph published the article on the 28th of September 1908, it caused an instant scandal. Quoting him as saying, "You English are mad. Mad. Mad as March hares." Which, by the way, I think is probably accurate. The article made him sound both arrogant and erratic. Wilhelm insisted he wanted friendship with Britain and claimed to be part of a pro-British minority in Germany. But that only angered both sides. The British saw him as untrustworthy, and Germans saw him as sycophantic. The British press did what it does best, which is mock him, while in Germany, the Reichstag and newspapers condemned his impulsive one-man diplomacy. Chancellor Bülow tried to deflect blame, but ultimately lost Wilhelm's trust and was forced to resign in July 1909. For the Kaiser, the charm offensive had backfired. He sank into depression and withdrew from public life. His dream of directing foreign policy through sheer force of personality was over. Though no actual constitutional changes followed, the lesson was clear. Wilhelm's unpredictability made him a liability. Cabinet ministers took the lead in governing, and the Kaiser was increasingly sidelined. The Daily Telegraph Affair did not start a war, but it shattered the mystique of monarchy and marked the end of old-style personal diplomacy between monarchs, whilst at the same time showing how powerful the press had become in manipulating public opinion. But what do you think? Do you think Wilhelm was mistreated, misunderstood, or did he get what he deserved? Leave your opinion in the comments below.